Hello everybody, welcome to the Wonky Angle, where I talk about electronic music, both new and old. And today I'm talking about the new album from Shobaleader 1, Electrac. This is going to be a short video, because to be honest, I didn't expect to be making a video about this in the first place. For those of you who don't know, Shobaleader 1 is a band comprised of Squarepusher and 4 of his friends. They came out with an album of some odd electro-pop, Daft Punk-esque material a few years ago called Demonstrator. May have mispronounced that, but usual. It was totally original stuff, pretty interesting. When I heard there was going to be another Shobaleader 1 album, I thought that was going to be another collection of original material, maybe stylistically different, because, you know, something's not right if Squarepusher ever makes the same album twice in a row. As a side note, some people have asked me to do a discography review for Squarepusher. I'm going to put it out there that I don't have any current plans to do so. Got a few others I wanted to do first. But I definitely will at some point, because I seriously love this dude. He's got 3 albums on my favorites of all time list, and has one of the most interesting careers in all of electronic music. But going back to this, I thought this was basically going to be the next Squarepusher album, basically. Kind of like how I considered Demonstrator to be part of the guy's lineup of albums. Well, it didn't quite turn out that way. Electrac is a live album, entirely comprised of already released material from throughout Squarepusher's career. And it's not like the second half of Do You Know Squarepusher, which was all stuff from the first half of that album and Go Plastic. This album admittedly does kind of lean towards the guy's early stuff, like Feed Me Weird Things and Hard Normal Daddy, that era, but it's basically a greatest hits live. There's a bit more of a lean towards the guy's early material. You got obvious ones like Squarepusher Theme, Cooper's World, Iambic 5 Poetry, Journey to Reedham, or however you pronounce that, I'm not British. But there are some deep cuts in there, like Deep Fried Pizza, which was a bonus track exclusive to the Japanese version of Feed Me Weird Things. I'd never heard the track before this. Pretty cool stuff here. There's Magazine from Demonstrator, because it is still a Shobaleader 1 album, so I guess that makes sense. And Delta V from Just a Souvenir is also an interesting pick, as is the Anstrom FEC 4, which combines the spastic electronics of the original with the live performance, as does the performance of Journey to Reedham, but whatever. Some tracks stick to the original pretty well, which I don't mind, thanks to the feels from having loved the originals, especially in the case of Cooper's World and Iambic 5 Poetry. But then you get something like Don't Go Plastic, which goes off on this awesome jam session, and goes on a good 3 minutes longer than the original album version. I'm not going to go into too much detail, given that I'm going to be reviewing the guy's discography at some point later on, but I think the overall effect of this album on me is similar to that of BT's electronic opus. It works just as well as you'd expect a Squarepusher Greatest Hits live album would work. So yeah, needless to say, this album is freaking amazing. If you're a Squarepusher fan, you need to get your ass over to iTunes and buy this at your earliest convenience. If you're not familiar with Squarepusher, I recommend familiarizing yourself with this amazing person's work and then checking this out. Or using this as a jumping on point, if you want. I guess that works too. I don't care. Check it out regardless. But of course, it's just my opinion. You can feel free to disagree with it, but I'd like to also leave the comments in the comment thing down there. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all for today. See you next time.